Hey guys, Urban Combat Survivor here. This is a video response. I'm thinking about that bouncing bunny. This is a video response of to Shall Not Be Infringed. He just did a video, I think yesterday or last night, about what to call us. What should we be called now in America? If the founding fathers were dug up, what would they call us? And would they call us socialist? Would they call us Marxist? Would they call us communist? Whatever. And his contention is that what they would call us is a failure. I'm going to agree partially and disagree on some of the points. I think they wouldn't, certainly wouldn't call us communist or Marxist or socialist because that crap didn't exist when this country was made. But I'll tell you what, if you read the writing of the founding fathers, Thomas Jefferson, Benjamin Franklin, etc., John Adams, these guys, if you read their own writing, they warned that this shit was going to try to happen. They warned about our freedoms being infringed on. They wrote the Constitution specifically. Read it. Everything in it restricts the government. It doesn't restrict the people. And now it's gotten to the point where the government is restricting the people. Well, how the hell did that happen? I don't think it's just that people are keeping their nose in their neighbor's yard, like you said. What I think is, where did that mindset come from? Why are people looking in their neighbor's yard in the first place? So it goes back to a good example, a good anecdote. I don't know if this is true or not. There was an email going around, but even if the email is bullshit, the point, the moral of the story in it is still solid and still says a lot of what I want to say here. So I'm going to tell that story. There's a professor at a college, pick a college, I don't know, some university, and he's one of those left-wingers, and if you've been to college, man, they're all pretty much hard left. He's in there and he's beating the drum. I'm picturing that fucking bouncing rabbit beating the drum. He's beating the drum of Obama. This is right after Obama got elected. He's talking about how much better America is going to be under the values that Obama, Pelosi, and Reid are going to bring in. And those kids, man, he's sitting up there talking with his wisdom voice, explaining to them how much better their future shall be. And those kids, man, they're sitting in there, they're wide-eyed, and they're nodding at how smart he is. And, he's done such a good job making himself seem so intellectually superior to them. And there's one kid in there, I forget his name, we'll call him Yuri. Yuri's sitting in there, and he's from an Eastern Bloc country. And Yuri just quietly shakes his head. This professor sees this going on for a couple of days while he's beating the Obama drum. And finally, he decides he's going to call that kid. Yuri, you seem like you disagree. And why don't you explain to everyone here why you don't think it's going to be a better world now that someone who really cares about the people, and it's going to be all about the people. And so Yuri just shook his head one more time, and here's what he said. Do you know how we catch pigs in my old country? And that professor looked at him like his fucking head screwed off, right? And Yuri, he just bear with me. Listen to this. Do you know how we catch pigs? And the professor says, no, why don't you tell us? So Yuri says, you take free corn, right? You put the free corn in a place the pigs go, right? And the pigs, they're going to come for the free food. So what you do, you get them come for a few days, and then boom, you put up just one side of the fence. And boom, they keep coming, they keep eating the free food. And, you keep put it out, and you put a second side of the fence. And then you put a third side. It takes them longer to come back every time, but they come back. And see, what I see is a bunch of free corn. That's what the story is about. There's a bunch of free corn. Free education, public school system where they're indoctrinating your kids. Free healthcare, free welfare checks. There are whole communities in this country. Well, I mean, let's face it, the urban problem is they don't have to fucking earn anything. So, so he said, Then you put the gate on the fence, but you don't close. And it takes them a long time because the pigs, they're smart. They're smart. Pigs aren't stupid. So you put the food in the pen. And then the pigs finally, maybe a week or maybe 2 weeks, they go in to get the free food. Boom, you close the gate, now you get free pigs. And he looked at that professor, and the professor was looking at him like, what the hell has that got to do with the price on oil in France? And he says, I just wait for the gate now to slam shut on America. Makes the point, no? They're giving out entitlements. A lot of people talk about the entitlement mentality. Well, where does that come from? It comes from the entitlements. Like I said, we have whole communities, man. We have people right now in this country, full-grown adults, able-bodied fucking adults, that live off of the welfare system because they've never seen anybody in their family have a job. Their parents lived off the welfare system. Their parents lived off the welfare system. Their children are living off the welfare system. They don't know anything else. Why create that entitled mentality? Because eventually, you're going to put the fucking gate on and close it. Where's this start? Where's this mentality start? Well, it starts in your schools, man. It starts even before school. I mean, pick a random book. Any book. Go to a bookstore and pick up any kid's book. A little kid's book. And look at what's there. Don't really look at it with fresh eyes. And 95% of the little kids' books out there are pushing socialist values. They're framing it up with little fuzzy bunnies and squirrels and shit. But look at what's really going on. The morals and the lessons that are really being taught. Here's another example. I don't know how many of you have actually read the original novel of Robin Hood. But I'll tell you what, that story was fucking hijacked, man. The original story, Robin of Locksley went off to war. He came home to a government that was a tyranny. It was oppressing the people. They couldn't survive. They had no freedoms. They were being taxed into starvation. It was fucking tyranny. That's what he was fighting against. But if you ask anybody today, what's Robin Hood, what's that about? It's the guy, he robs from the rich, he gives to the poor, right? Because the rich are evil. They're bad, evil rich people. Well, nah, man, they're not. They're people that have earned something. Look, who's one of the most hated men in the world is Bill Gates. Everybody, you see Microsoft spelled with a $sign for the S all the time because that's evil. You know where Bill Gates fucking started, man? Both Bill Gates and Steve Jobs. They worked together building one PC at a time in Steve Jobs' garage, man. They started in a fucking garage, and look at them. They're two of the richest people on the planet now. That's the American dream. It's not fucking evil, man. That's the American dream. But our kids are taught that it's bad and it's greedy to have more than someone else. No, what it means is you got off your fucking ass and worked harder than someone else. Communism, socialism, these things, they're a gateway to power for a small elite group of people. Well, look, we already have cultures in our urban centers that are based entirely around the free check. They're the pigs in the pen, man. And these guys are now putting a fence around the whole damn country. And if we don't pay attention, the gate's going to close, just like Yuri said. No, I don't think the founding fathers would call us communists because they hadn't even fathomed that silly shit. I do think, yeah, they'd call us failures, but they would tell us, this is what I warned you about. Read my writing. This is what we warned about. It's not too late. It can still be saved. It can still be fixed. None of this is beyond repair, man. But fuck if we ain't getting close. So that's my unasked for response to Shall Not Be Infringed video. And, I hope it's welcome. So, Urban Combat Survivor, signing off.